Is day 954 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today we're doing Simon Tov Resh Mem Gimel Sif Gimel to Tov Resh Mem Hey Sif Daled. If you would like to sponsor to share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. I very greatly appreciate it. Gimel. Talking about Kiddush on the night of Sukkot. Avarama Pekvav Dim Beis because of Kol's man she calls the Sheba Sukkah. Kol Shiva Mevarakom Sheyeshev Asher Kisham Sasabaton Leib Sheba Sukkah. Anytime you enter the Sukkah to eat all 7 days, you make the bracha first. Asher Kisham Sasabaton Sheba Sukkah. Anytime Kadesh Umar, so you say Kiddush standing up. Umvarech Le Sheba Sukkah, and you say Le Sheba Sukkah still standing up. Yoshev, and you sit down, that's my name, make a shechir sitting down. Because Yaminag Rabbi Saib, Rabbani Sfarad, Kadesh Muhammad, below, usually Sukkahs Moshe Biyarno. Evidently, they specifically, the first night of Sukkahs had a minute to be Makasei Kiddush standing. It's really the Sukkos Tishu Abi Yeshiva Mamish, because they'll sing the Sukkah means actually sing the Sukkah. Came the Tzach Levorech over last Yosin, so if you have to make a bracha immediately before you perform the mitzvah, maybe the Mekadesh Muhammad follows automatically. They say Kiddush standing up, Chari Yoshev, and then you sit. After you say bracha Leishev Sukkah. But Rosh Shikshala, the Rosh asked about it in Loshan Teshvu Yeshiva Mamish. To sit doesn't really mean to sit. Doesn't mean when you're eating standing up, you don't have to make a bracha. El Teshvu Loshan Ikva. Teshvu means to tarry there. But Teshvu Kadesh Rabbi, like it says, they tarried in Kadesh in the desert for many days. There's also in the first night you was to make Kiddush sitting down. Make a Sukkah sitting down. And so to all days of Sukkot. So got get over last Yosan. So it's considered over last Yosan because it's Kadam Achila, it precedes the eating. Minig of the Welt is like the Rosh, and then Gama Rambam Shiddush Leim and Farish Yeshiva Mamish. But Shulchan points out the Rambam also does not learn that Yeshiva means you have to literally sit down. El Klomar meaning Day Yeshiva Mamish by literally sitting down. Niko Shemakayim Mitzvah. It's good in the indicative that he's fulfilling the mitzvah. The Kol Zman She'omer, as long as he's standing, who can Muchan Lotzeis as if he's ready to leave. Plus when he sits down, Nikar Akvius, the fixing oneself in place is obvious. You have to make the bracha before that. This is the Taz, and Shatzim, it's according to the Taz, according to the Bach, the Rambam, if you eat standing up, you can't make a bracha, not like Arukh HaShulchan. And to eat without a bracha, you certainly are not allowed to. Therefore, you have to sit and make a bracha unless you are compelled to stand and you can't sit down, which is a tremendous chiddush. Okay, Arukh HaShulchan seems like much more pashut that whether you're standing up or sit down, you still make the bracha. And Arukh HaShulchan goes on and says, "Minhagenu karosh." Our minhag is like the Rosh. Rambam writes the same thing. The Bir Halacha explained in the Bir Agrah. They like we just in the previous comment Mishnah Berurah, they seem to indicate following the Rambam. I need to make the bracha sitting down. Again, stunning. Brackets Arukh HaShulchan says, "V'ayin shari tshuva shein dvar shmo." The b'shari yomim on other days besides the first day, sheyesh kiddush when there's kiddush le'varach le'shei b'sukkah shasa kiddush. You should make the le'shei b'sukkah at the time of the kiddush. Ella b'shasa motzi when you make a motzi, which is definitely a kvius. The Vartum is astonishing. The Ein Lasos Kain, you should not do this. Chanech Nagu Avosei Ravosei Levarach Acha Kiddush, or the of all three Sheresh make the bracha after Kiddush. The Ein Lashanos, you do not deviate from that. Mishnah Berurah says in terms of Shabbos and Yom Tov in the morning, where the Kiddush is only a bracha on the place, so it's possible that in that case, you should make it after a motzi, even according to our minhag. So let's say you should make it before you eat the taste from the cup. And whatever way you do it, says the Mishnah Berurah, it's fine. Arukh HaShulchan obviously advocates doing it beforehand. Simon Tov Reish Mem Daled. Seder Halal Kol Yemei Chachad. The way of saying how all the days of Sukkot. Shachris Mashkim in the morning, you get up early to go to the Beis HaKnesset, so the Shul V'Loker Shabbos on Shabbos, or when you're supposed to get up a little bit later. The Yom Tov Machrimat, and also the Yom Tov. Just like any Shabbos. How do we create Shema? They say Shema, baby, with its blachis. Tefillah Shiatim and the Tefillah of Yativ, Hashliach Tzibur Chayzen, Shir Tzibur says Chazaros Hashatz. When Putin Komo Kom Fim Go, you could say liturgical poems, each place according to its custom, and nowadays a lot of places, at least places where actually daven, have no such custom. The enemy calendar Karot to a rats beyond Mishon. Whatever that period is, they don't say the first day. The enemy Mizrak Mokom Shiesh Repute Chai V'Kayom. I would say when the piyut has words Chai V'Kayom, and I have no idea what he's talking about. But I'll say I'm the Olam to a rats, and the Chai V'Kayom say the Olam, you're going to always be admired, Olam Tzuktash, always sanctified. Because Shasukas Lonim says that piyut, and the first of Sukkos we don't find saying that other piyut, on which this piyut is contingent. The bracket says here, Ratam Shloya Sara Kiliri Zeb, why is this other piyut not appear on the first day? Shem Yom Sheni Yasara piyut on Mitzvah Sukkah. You put in the second day on the count of the mitzvah Sukkah from Sham Sukkahs Chai V'Kayom, and it says in the Sukkah of he who is alive and sustained. When the first day Yasa Arba Medium, the piyut goes on the four species. Therefore, you can speak about the quality of the Sukkah and the quality of Chai V'Kayom, which is related evidently to the Sukkah. And therefore he said to not say the bracha that not to say that piyut that day. Okay, since none of us say piyutim, we really don't know how this works. Base achat tefillah shem shachris, after the davening of shachris, omrim how you say halal. Became shem halal minanim barba minim. Since how you shake the four species, lechem bechreach lebarach aleim karim halal. So you have to make the bracha before halal. Baruch Antilas Lulav Shechiano. Make a bracha Antilas Lulav and Shechiano. V'yom Sheni, the second day, ain't no Shechiano. Don't say Shechiano anymore. V'avagad the Shofar in Shechiano. Gam b'yom Sheni Shofar. Even though Shofar would say Shechiano also the second day, but Shofar. Lo dam Lulav Shofar. There's no comparison to Lulav and Shofar. The Shofar ain't a bracha b'Rosh Hashanah. Shofar there's no only bracha on Rosh Hashanah Atzmo itself. Okay, Mishum Speik the Yom Avarach. Therefore, if you have a Speik of the Yom, you make the bracha. Sheni Shechiano with the Lulav. Supposed to Shechiano with the Lulav. The Yotzei Gam Kodim Sukkos, where you could be Yotzei before Sukkos. Right, K'moshe Kosamnu, Siman Tov Reish Mem Aleph. When you put together our meaning, okay, Lo Gar Yom Rishon B'Kodim Yontif. So the first day is no worse than before Yontif. And that's why, but not afterwards. But that the Brit Shechino B'Regolim the Shechiano on Yom Tov Lo B'Rech Yom Rishon. If you neglect to make the first day Mevarach B'Chol Meshach Mi'achag. Or make it whatever they remember. Kiss of so pregnant with Erevin Ayin Shom. Gimel B'chol Shvaras Me'achag. All the 8 days of Sukkot. Garments how you complete the halal. The Kol Yom Yontif Nihas. Each day of the day is Yontif unto itself. Shulchan Korbanos saying because the Korbanos differ. Vartan Ligmar's halal make the bracha Ligmar's halal ben b'tzibur ben b'yachid, whether it's among the community or individually. Ach Anum Bevarchim Tamid L'Kros halal, but we always make the bracha L'Kros halal and it's bar b'simon tov peiches. Something which we just talked about already previously. Vatam B'Shem Yitalek Teba Achas Ayin Shom. So we don't say Likmar Sa'ala because we might leave out a letter word, and then we come out not finishing the halal. So we make the bracha Likros halal. Yeshua, some say Piske. They say it in paragraphs, halal, which we do. I'm thinking I'll wait for the shliach of the end of every paragraph. Yesterday at Hoblo Yapsak. Some people actually went to Hodu without interruption. Fiamin Hab Ken Yasu, whatever the custom is, that's what they should do. But I've seen Sicha Bem Tahal now to interrupt with Shmuz Rai in the middle of Hala, I feel Ben Parak, even between paragraphs. It says the Chai Adam says they brought you a little bit of Hallel, you're allowed to interrupt, I guess, presumably to make the bracha on the lulav, even between the paragraphs of Hallel. I've seen with you, V'tino Kedar Shomro, but Kriya Shema, the Allah is like by Kriya Shema, the Emtza Shalom Ne'yira, in the middle of a parak, you ask, you inquire of somebody, because give him Shalom if you're afraid of him, mention the Kavod, you correspond, if you just want to chabit him, but Prakim in between Kapet Lach, Shalom Kavod, you can inquire even out of because of honor, and you can answer, respond to anybody, it doesn't have to be somebody you have to honor. If you pass it Bemtza, if you start in the middle, the Shah, and you tarry, that could to complete the entire thing. Eino chayzel rosh el makom shebasa. You don't go back to the beginning, but the place where you interrupted. The answer is Barbara in Samaches, Ayin Sham, has been clarified previously. Philosoph Amsa Choser Makom Sheh Pasai. You mean talk to the middle, you go back to the place where you interrupted, not to the beginning. Dal Bahal Shomer Kohen, but how we say a person listening is like a person who's saying. Yachal Baki Latias Shana Baki, a person who's expert can exempt a person who's not an expert. Vajish Mayof Mila Mila, as long as he hears the davening word for word. Name Shmiya, and listening, Karmela, we behold the Trey Kalilomishtamah. You can't hear two voices simultaneously and discern them in one from each other. If you say only Shema Mechad, so it's only hear from one person. Abel Chala, which is Chazal said, I feel I saw occurring Ke'echad Shemei, even if 10 people hearing simultaneously, you can make it the distinct voices. Why? Especially them, something which is precious, you will automatically pay far greater attention. The Simatah Peiches, these bars said this is clarified. No, what's it? So Tavi Ches is Bar Sham. Okay, it's clarified elsewhere. Solik Hilchos Sukkah. Now we're starting Hilchos Lulav. Kafresh Memhe, Dine Lulav. Alf, mitzvah say we told them Yom Rishon Shel Sukkah is Arba Minim. Mitzvah say the Torah mitzvah. First day of Sukkah is to take 4 species. Esor Lulav, Hadasim Arabas. The Sibah says, Akach Mechem Yom Rishon, Priya Tzador, Kabos Marim, Nahafzah Tzabos, Arbe Nocha. And the concerning the translations, Pasuk Var Kabbalah, the Masorah is the Priya Tzador is the Esor. Where the Priya Tzador refers to Esor, Kabos Marim is the Lulav, first Lulav, Nahafzah Tzabos, the Hadas, first Hadas, Arbe Nachal, Zeh Havos, first Harabas. Now we cry Hashim Migmar. Also, the Gemara has drashas concerning this. Ma'al lulav. What is lulav? Derech hadekal shel tmar, the manner of a palm tree of dates. The lulav who are not for the b'tchilas yitzasim in hadekal. That lulav, which is the branch when it starts coming out of the palm tree. Yotzei kulo eitz echad, comes out in one piece, so to speak. It's a wood. It's like an arrow. Lachar shegoramat. After it grows a little bit, Niftach Mat, it opens up a bit. Shemaschim Alim the parade. Leaves start coming apart. Vukin Zebzed, they're still clinging to each other. How much mostly we go down, the more it grows, Nitachim Alav, the leaves expand Biyosef further. Udvukim Kulam Biyachim. They are still all bound, glued together. Shani is Man Ra, Bilon, but when they're a long time in the tree, these party Alim Zemizeh, the leaves split from each other. They come out like the branches of a tree distant from each other. Only is man Arukh HaShulchan, if they stay in the tree even longer, the leaves become hard. They become hard as wood. That's how lulav normally grows. The Mishnah, in the third paragraph of Sukkah, Nifrid lulav kosher. If the leaves have split and been separated, it's kosher. If they become exploded, I mean they're going off many directions. That's possible. The Perish Rashi explains Nifridu separated Shemchorim B'Sheder is still connected to the spine. Shemal in front of them, he said, but on top they're separate from each other. They're kind of each direction. Conflict Elon, like branch of a tree, kosher, it's kosher, even if it doesn't tie them on top. If they burst completely from the spine, they're not connected to the spine at all. Each one separate by itself. But you tie them together, it's still possible. Altai says, "Lo Pirush Kain." Doesn't say, but don't say that. They say, "Benifratzu zel milsa lo Pirush Kain benifratzu zel milsa the pshita." That's obviously it's possible. Hachi Pirush, but this is what it means. We call lesh lulav who cover each leaf of lulav is doubled. Right. Benifratzu mikre. Benifratzu is called should call olive oil and echad kushtayim. When each leaf is divided into. And even though they're connected to the spine, it's still possible. That they become, they hang off from the spine. It's still hanging out a little. Like the leaves of the palm shoots. Ladina who puzzle, according to halacha, it's possible no matter what interpretation you take. Gimel, nifadu of the kosher, when leaves are separated, that's kosher. I feel nifadu kol even if all the leaves are separated. Nifadu, the puzzle, when it's burst open, which is puzzle, in nifadu rov alim puzzle, most leaves are burst open, it's puzzle. Also according to this, nifadu, but rubo, if the leaves are split most of the way down, most of the leaves are split in two puzzle. Which the Brura says, this is only if it's in the shear of lulav, which is 4 tvachim. But if the leaves of lulav are split above 4 tvachim, there's a majority in the shear of lulav. So he's not sure if we go after the most of the lulav, it's puzzle, or most of the shear and it's kosher. I think we're puzzle in that case. It's not we for Arukh HaShulchan too. That's if most of the leaf is split, so then it's no good. It seems to me puzzle. If one side of the spine, all the leaves are burst open, it's puzzle. But if most of one side is burst open, so if you take both sides of into account, there is a majority which is burst open. Kosher, it's kosher. For any for the kosher, that which is when separates kosher, dafka it's kosher gates. It has to become tough like a tree. You can tie them together. These kosher gates, they're tough like a tree. If so kosher yachin, you can't really tie them together anymore. They should cling to each other. It's possible. I feel need to do the kosher, even the split is kosher. Come never mitzvah min amufcha lito luav she'ena la prudus. The comrade says to take luav, those leaves are not completely split. You're not a prudus nachalog to be a not yoser. And if it did take a split one, it's appropriate to tie it up. In other words, bond to connect them together by putting some sort of wrapping a rubber band around them or anything. You know, you also be more decorative. Mr. Brewer says, according to the Taz, anytime the trees are not dangling at all, just going a little bit towards the sides, nevertheless, it's not a mitzvah min ha-muvchar. Mordechai and the B'chor Yaakov hold like the Ramah that for mitzvah min ha-muvchar, for the best mitzvah, you shouldn't take a lulav unless it's not sure the machlekes here. It says there's a typo of some sort. According to them, for mitzvah and muvchar, you gotta be careful not to take the chatchil lulav unless the leaves are lying each other and not towards the side. I think that's what you just said before. That's going to the first opinion, according to Taz. What's on mitzvah muvchar, even if they're right, even a little bit to the side, but if it's completely going straight, it is considered to be a mitzvah min ha-muvchar. And according to the second opinion, mitzvah min ha-muvchar is they have to be lying on each other. I still don't see the difference. Okay, Dal, the spine itself broke and was bent. Lomi by nikrav and nishbar rov rochva the puzzle. It goes without saying that most of its width is ripped or broken. That it's puzzle. I feel nikrav means even a minority of the spine is broken. That way it can be, it leans over. Ben yochalamor can't stand straight. Can't puzzle. So it's all 7 days. So I had a cloud. It's not hadar. We need hadar. Splendid. If it's not broken, it should be named Rakuso because it's soft. Nichbaf man, it bends a little bit. Ogdo kosher, you can tie it up and it's kosher. Issue so those ones it's kosher, but nishma was broken. Kamo b'shvias shedrush b'vehemo, like a broken spine animal. That should be the same parameters. Into demon cause no comparison. The asa machut shedr machzik, when the spine holds everything intact. But the kapayim ain't hazar. And besides here, even if it's intact, it's still not hitter. Manyon says that you can't compare it to the traphus of an animal. It says, the Mishnah brings both opinions and it says, okay, square.